The Information's Asia Bureau published exclusive reporting this morning that China this week told tech companies to halt orders for Nvidia's H200 chip. Joining me now to discuss the news is our Nvidia reporter, Wayne Ma. Wayne, welcome back to the show. It's great to have you here.
Hey, thanks for having me, Akash.
So, this was a big story that our Asia Bureau published. What did we learn about the regulations of China, what the government is saying, and how the situation is evolving?
Well, I think the key thing here is that this is like a temporary halt, right? And the reason why it's temporary and not permanent halt is that Chinese companies still need NVIDIA chips to train their models. And China's ambitions to become a leader in AI still requires, I think, NVIDIA chips, if only because the Chinese equivalents still aren't as efficient or as capable in this sector.
So temporary meaning the way I read it was, I mean, it's basically while we figure things out, hold off on placing your orders right now. That was my read on it.
Yeah, that's right. And I guess the big question is like, how long is that going to be, right? Is it going to be a month? Is it going to be 6 months? Is it going to be a year? I don't think it'll be that long, but at the same time, it's going to have a material impact on NVIDIA's earnings, depending on how long this is.
Well, I want to get to the size of the opportunity in a second here, but this strikes me as a bit surprising because we just heard Jensen talk to reporters earlier this week, talking about how demand is very high for H200, and from his end, seemed like it was all hands on deck.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why there's a temporary halt is that the Chinese government also doesn't want to rely too much on NVIDIA, right? They don't want to rely too much on Western technology. And so they've been kind of trying to develop their homegrown AI chip companies to try to compete with NVIDIA. And I think there's a worry that if they just let Chinese companies buy, as many H200s as possible, there's no incentive to foster that local homegrown kind of technology. And China will always just lag behind and never be able to compete.
Can you talk a little bit more about that? I mean, how much do customers need these chips in China?
Oh, they definitely need them. They need them badly. Like right now, China's chip AI chip industry is nowhere near at the level of Nvidia's, and so it's going to take a long time, I think, for them to catch up if they ever will.
And you talked about earnings from NVIDIA's end. How big of an opportunity or a missed opportunity if they can't sell these chips eventually? We don't know what's going to happen in the long run, but how big a size of market is this for them?
So Nvidia has said in the past, as recently as late last year, that their sales to China could range from anywhere from 2 to 5 billion a quarter. So that's now almost like a $20 billion a year opportunity for them. They took steps last year to stop reporting or factoring in China sales into their earnings, just to give investors a better idea of what they will make. So there's that. But again, like if they can unlock the China market again, or include that in their earnings, it'll be a great opportunity for them and for investors.
And let me just ask you a forward-looking question here. We just saw all of the announcements from Jensen about the Rubin family of chips, and I can't help but think about how long this issue sort of persists in different variations with different chips. I mean, we're talking about the H200 today. We were talking about the H20 a couple months ago. When the Rubin family of chips comes out, I mean, like, do you foresee this cat and mouse issue persisting for the next couple of years even?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, there needs to be a balance, right? The U.S. government doesn't want China to surpass, the U.S. in AI, but at the same time, they don't want China to foster its domestic chip AI industry, so that they don't need NVIDIA chips anymore as well. Like Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, has always said that it's better that China in the world relies on U.S. technology for everything. And so they have to. So I think this is always going to be an issue with whenever NVIDIA comes out with a new chip: is how much can you sell to China, just enough so that Chinese companies don't try to compete and build their own chips, but not so much that China surpasses the U.S. in AI.
Right. Well, it is a fast-moving story, and Wayne, I want to thank you for coming on to discuss it. That is Wayne Ma, our NVIDIA reporter here at The Information.